Hey guys, what's up? This gamer here, and today I thought you about something. This is about, it's kind of like a story at school, right? Story about how I got like put out of class for like a job or something. It's pretty cool. And keep in mind, this is middle school. This isn't high school or anything where I was actually off stage, right? So I was like, okay, cool. Anyways, in middle school, I was in a special ed class, basically what it's called, and I got no math this week, but I got called out of class by the principal. Um, I was like, oh, jeez, this is gonna be bad. So I started to the principal's office, and they were like, hey, we need you to grab someone out of class. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go to kid's classroom, right? And they were like, principal wants to see you, right? So I walked in there. I'm like, hey, um, this person wants to see you. Why? I don't know. I didn't ask questions. I'm just following orders, right? So I'm kind of scared for this kid too, because I don't know what's gonna happen. So, or okay, well, he probably just wants to ask you a few questions about something. Probably not in trouble or whatever. So he goes to the principal's office and he's scared out of his mind. Like he's scared. I'm walking with him, and I'm just like, man, it's probably not that bad. It's whatever. So finally, I get to the principal's office, and he says, "Thank you. You can leave." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I go back to class. Before I stepped out of the actual office, I hear this kid like I feel I hear him collapse and start crying his eyes out. I'm just like, oh. I can't do anything, so don't know what to do. Do I stand here or okay? So I'm just sitting there, scared that I'm gonna get called back in. So I just sit there in the office, and I'm just staring at the wall, just like listening. I'm standing there, just like watching it. I'm scared. I'm just like, is he gonna come back in or? Oh, jeez, man. I'm freaking. I'm frightened, right? So finally, person comes back in, and so he doesn't know I'm sitting out here, right? So the kid comes out, and he's crying still. He's like wet with tears, right? His face is covered in tears. I'm just like, hey, dude, what's going on? Well, the kid got falsely accused of having a gun or a vape in school. I forgot which one it was. I know it was he talked about a gun, but I know there was like a big thing about vapes at school, or not vapes, but cigarettes, right? Because vapes, I don't think vapes were around that yet. Anyway, he was talking about a gun or something or a cigarette. He got falsely accused of having one of those, and the reason he got falsely accused of having one of those is because um this is actually what happened. So his friend brought a gun to school for some weird stupid reason, and kids saw him in his locker, looking in his locker because friends do that, and they saw a glimpse of the gun, but not knowing the full story, the kid went to the principal and said, "Hey, man, this kid's got a gun," and it was his friend, instead of this guy. So he got accused of having a gun or a cigarette or something. Take that same story, but just replace it with the gun with a cigarette. Anyways, he went like that, and without knowing the full story, he went to the principal and said, "Hey, he's got a cigarette, he's got a gun, whatever, right? I got accused for it." Eventually, the kid was so scared and so bad, he was crying so hard he couldn't tell him the truth, right? He got suspended for 3 days. He almost got expelled, but luckily someone said that. Anyways, he got suspended for 3 days, right? When we went back, he went to the principal the very day he came back. He went to the principal's office before school started. He said, "Hey, sir, I did not bring that gun or cigarette to school. My friend did, not me." Principal was like, "Well, why you didn't tell me before?" It's like, "Because I was crying too hard. Like, I don't know." But at this time, the principal called me out of class again, told me to get the same guy. At this point, I don't know what's going on. Like, I thought I got to clear it up and everything, right? Because I knew this already. Because the kid told me the part I wasn't involved in. But anyways, he came back and told me that, and then next day I get called in again to get this kid out of class. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I went to this kid's classroom again, got him out. Principal to see you. All right, go back there, whatever. And he's got the other kid in there too. This time I was asked to stay. I'm like, all right. So I was standing there like a bodyguard by the door. I'm standing there. I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm here. What's up, right? I'm sitting there. I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna go on. Finally, principal says, "All right, you brought this gun to school or a cigarette." He didn't. So who? I don't know who told you. I'm not gonna say anything. But no. So after all that, the other kid got suspended for 4 days instead of 3. And the other guy was apologized to, and he got additional benefits or whatever. I don't know. He got like his parents got a call and for an apology, and then he got He got a blue slip to go home, a pink slip to go home for whenever he wants. So apparently, and then he got like I think a second lunch slip, which basically is that which that is like you can have like a double meal basically, like for example if you have pizza, right, you get 2 slices of pizza, um, and like maybe extra milk, double sides, whatever, all that stuff. It's great. I've actually had that a couple times in high school. That was great. I loved it. Um. Anyways, so yeah. Oh yeah. Also, if you're from, I think Tahquah High School. I'm not sure if they have any schools this is schools where you go, but at school they have a primary meal, secondary. Like for example, on Mondays it was nachos. Tuesdays and Thursdays it was pizza. Um, Wednesdays it was uh no, sorry. Mondays and Fridays it was hot dogs or something. And then on Wednesdays it was nachos. Um, and then or burgers, whichever one. Um, and then there was like something maybe like chicken fried steak, right? Chicken fried steak, something like that, right? And you could go through both lines. I never did because I saw it was stupid, but I went through both lines sometimes. Um, but yeah. Um, yeah, that's how it was. Um, but yeah, we had that kind of thing. So, anyways, he got those. We had like one line. It was stupid because in middle school we had one freaking line. The whole school lined up right there with like what 4 lunches I think. The high school only had two. One at like 11 something and one at like 12 something like 12:45 I think. Um, it might have been 12:30. But anyways, um, yeah. I'm pretty sure you have seen some kind of videos in high school when I was still in high school. Um, what else? Like some rap videos and stuff like that. Um, oh yeah. Anyways, high school. Actually, no. Elementary school. So this one was a bit more heartbreaking than the other one, or weird. Um, so everyone hated me. I'm not sure why everyone hated me, but everyone hated me. Right. So okay. So I got this teacher wanted me to like come to one of the students come to class to get something right. Finally, we had classrooms in the library, which I think was amazing. Um, like we had a teacher named Miss Gandy. She was great. She had like a her classroom was in the library. Um, hers was kind of like a special ed class a little bit, not much, but it was. Two computers and like a paint kind of sink thing. Okay, so layout of the room. You walk into the door. You walk into the library first. It's on the right hand side, about 3 doors down, and then there is. You walk into the room. You turn right and go into your room, and then when you walk into the door, you look left. There's her desk on the far end. You look straight ahead. You look at the paint sink thing, and there's like two or three tables going across from you, like going like this, um, going back. Um, and then at the end there's like key. So sorry, if you go halfway to between her desk and the door, there's a door right in front of you at the end of that room, and then there's on the other that side on the left hand side there is sorry on the left hand side there is a cabinet with a little half circle table, and then on the right hand side on the other side of a shelf is the sink and the paint and all that stuff, right? And if you go back towards the cabinet and go back towards your desk, which backwards, you would run to the computers. That was pretty cool. Anyways, um, that's how the library was. Kind of, like every single room was kind of like that, but a lot of different ways. Anyways, the teacher wanted me to get the student to come to your room for like a book or something like that. I don't know what it was, but um, I walk into Miss Keeney's room, and this girl hated me. Everyone hated me. Every single student hated me for some reason. I'm not sure why. Well, the ones who knew me, anyways. But they all hated me because I was different, right? So that resulted in me getting bullied all through elementary, middle school, and high school, right? So we went. I went to your room, and Miss Kennedy said, "We need." I said, "Her," and Miss Kennedy was like, "Hey, you gotta go without, go with him." And she started crying. I don't want to go with him. I'm just like, if you don't come with me, you're gonna like fail, and you're gonna get like held back or something. She was still crying. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do. So, all right. So I'm just sitting there, just like, I'm not in trouble for this. Like, okay, well, we're gonna send someone else then, I guess. So I'm mad because of this crap. Anyways, but I'm going back to the classroom, and the teacher was like, Is she coming?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "She hates me apparently." And so we sent someone else, and yeah, stupid. But anyways, that's cool stories for you. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, press the like button, subscribe. As always, peace.